Welcome to Most Haunted Extra, a behind-the-scenes look at the series. This week we've come to the Welsh Valleys and a castle with a curious name, Craiginos, which means Rock of the Night. On some occasions the crew have to stay in the location the night before, and in this case some members of the crew had a sleepless night.
I'm tired. After desperately trying to get here last night. I just had a bit of a bad night's sleep as well, which was awful. Stewie.
Can I show you? I've got a track upstairs.
How did you sleep? What do you think of this place to sleep in?
Well, in all honesty, I got no sleep last night whatsoever because I felt very uncomfortable. Probably because, you've only got to stand outside to look at this place and see how nasty it really looks. What it's going to be like tonight when we go on the vigils, I don't know, but my honest opinion of the place, I don't like it at all.
What do you think, Simon? You're new to all of this, aren't you?
Yeah, I am. I found it all a bit... I heard some strange noises last night. I don't know if it was my imagination or... I heard some...
Do you believe in ghosts?
Yeah, I do. I'm a bit sceptical. I want to, but I just want to see what happens tonight, really. And then it'll make up my mind.
Okay, I'm here with Richard Felix. Something rather strange happened to him last night. Apparently he didn't know this when he went to bed, but his bedroom is haunted, and he found out today, and he remembers something very odd happening last night. So do you want to tell us about it, Richard?
We got in very late last night. We actually had a couple of double whiskies before we went to bed, and well, let's be honest with you, that's not a lot. About 4:30, I remember getting up, but I didn't want to go to the loo. And I went over towards the wall, looking for a door, found a door and opened it, and remember being frightened about opening this door. It wasn't the door to the bathroom. And I turned back, and lying, or I feel that I sense something lying at 45 degrees across my bed. I sensed that it seemed to be a woman, although I couldn't actually tell. And I remember being so frightened at what I saw that you know how they say the hair on the back of your neck stood up? Well, something came all the way up my back, all the way up my neck and my head. And I remember being actually physically made jump by what I saw on the bed. And I was frightened. And I remember having to pluck up the courage to go up to the bed and actually plunge my hands onto the bedclothes to prove myself that there wasn't anything there. And of course there wasn't. Anyway, I thought, right, yeah, it's just stupid, there's nothing there. And then I went and found the proper door to the loo. Thought, might as well go while I'm up. Came out the bathroom and looked at the bed and thought to myself, I've got to get back into that after there was something there. And I remember saying, don't be daft, and got back into bed.
So, from your point of view, could it not have been that the bedclothes had ruffled up or something and just looked strange from where you were when you were walking back because you was a bit sleepy, you know? Do you think the alcohol had anything to do with it or anything like that?
A couple of double whiskies, to me, at my age, not a lot. I can cope with a lot more than that. So that's the first thing. Yeah, you had too much to drink. I hadn't. I've just been back up to my bedroom to practice. I actually moved the bedclothes round to give the impression, to try and make it look as if someone was there lying at right angles. Because let's be honest with you get out of bed and the bedclothes do tend to go at right angles, I think, as you get out, half across. It doesn't look anything like what I saw during the night. And tell you something, I'm not sleeping in there tonight.
You've had a bit of a knock-on effect, haven't you, actually, because Yvette is in room 35, which is next to your room, and she doesn't want to sleep in there either. So you've got no room to sleep in tonight. you're going to be sleeping down here. Yvette's got no room to sleep in. It's going to be a bit cramped down here, don't you think?
You know what they say, it's safety in numbers.
Well, we've decided. Me and Richard and Phil are going to sleep in the same room tonight.
Oh, that's got to be on camera.
Well, we will, because I'm not sleeping on my own.
What about Carl?
Well, Carl doesn't come to bed, does he?
Oh, no, of course, yeah, he
does
stays
not come
after
to bed.
everybody else.
So he doesn't come to bed, so... You see, this is what I mean. This is to the stage where people won't go to the loo on their own. Well, me.
So already the crew were feeling a little nervous about the night ahead. Would psychic artist Brian Shepherd be able to shed some light on who or what was haunting the castle and maybe calm some people down?
Right, we're in the hub, and we're actually coming to look for a computer, get on the internet, because last night the psychic artist came up with some rather interesting pictures, one of a lady and a man together. And what we're going to do is actually look on the internet, see if we can find who this man looked like. So, it's in here, I think. Right, now there are three people that Adelina Patti was very much involved with. Verdi, Gounod and Rossini. I have never seen a picture of any of them, I ain't got a clue. But if we can get onto Google, oh, it's already on, and see if we can find any pictures. Right, so what should we put in? Composers' pictures? Pictures of composers? Yeah. Let's try it. Let's put composers' pictures.
Well, one of the main composers that she got on with was Rossini, though, wasn't it?
Let's just see what happens with this year. Composers' pictures. Right. It's quite old on that, isn't it?
We'll take it out.
You joined the magistrate, Steve?
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's the picture of Rossini.
Alistair Breers.
If we don't get him off tomorrow, if we don't get him in touch with him today, we're going to find out if we got that list. They will put a message on my desk and I'll...
I must admit, it does look...
Well,
It does look like the picture.
Unlike him.
It doesn't look unlike the picture that was drawn by the psychic artist. We'll get this printed off and then go and have a look and compare the two.
Right, now we also, before we go back, we need a picture of Gounod and we need a picture of Verdi as well. So get them and then take them all back and have a look and compare them.
Is it? So it's in place, is it? Alright, thanks very much. Thank you. Bye.
Okay, so basically we've just got the computer printouts of the composers Rossini, Verdi and Gounod.
One or two of them as well. I mean, they look, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I mean, it's not Verdi, and I don't think it's Gounod. Totally different people.
So what we're going to do now, we're going back to the crew room where these pictures from the psychic artist are kept away from Derek so he can't see them. And we're going to sort of compare the two and see which one matches the best one. But I think, looking at it preliminarily, it's going to be...
It ain't Verdi.
No, it's going to be Rossini.
It ain't Gounod, and if it's anybody, it's Rossini. But I mean, I've never ever seen pictures of any of them before. Not that I know of. Might have seen something on the cover of an album or something. But
yeah, there was a definite draw to this part of the building. Oh, there's something else here. And there was a male presence also. Just another strong presence. And it came through as though that's why she's here. For some reason, here's a couple that indeed, they're here as a couple. There's a couple here. I don't know why. A husband, a lover, but definitely two people, very close, to be together. So maybe not a husband, maybe someone she worked with, admired very much. But they're certainly together. There's a presence that there's two people. And that is what I've drawn.
And just look here. Just
here.
look. I mean,
And that is
that is pretty damn close. Look,
Rossini.
yeah.
Let's have a look again there. Compare the two.
It definitely resembles it. I mean, let's be honest, Phil. I mean, whether Brian knew about Rossini and well, it wasn't a liaison. I mean, basically, she was extremely fond of him. She even wanted to be buried. She was.
Yeah. Well, the thing
buried
is,
next to him.
The thing is, we weren't here, unfortunately, when Brian turned up, but
No.
Carl has just told us that he thought the location was somewhere else rather than this place, and he thought that this place was just the hotel where he was stopping in.
Yeah.
And when he came to ask Carl how far away it was he was travelling to do the drawing, Carl said, "Oh, it's just here." And he's like, "Right, I'm being drawn over here anyway," so that's...
This is, in my opinion, it's remarkable.
Craignos was already proving to be a frightening place. Later, find out what makes Simon feel faint, how the crew cope during a séance, and we experience things that go bump in the night. We were spending the night at Craignos Castle in Wales, and already we had experienced some strange goings-on. This was nothing compared to what lay ahead. We heard whispering in one of the rooms, which was, to me, really, really clear. A couple of people heard some strange noises, bangs, shuffling of feet. And Simon, one of our cameramen, he came over really, really hot and very uncomfortable and a bit dizzy, and we had to take the camera away from him.
You alright?
Yeah, I'm absolutely falling asleep.
Yeah, what happened? What's the matter?
Started going really, really hot.
You're open and would be draining off your energy.
Sweating.
Yeah.
You are,
Just suddenly
okay.
stop. I know.
Yeah.
And it's
See.
freezing.
Absolutely sweating. I know.
He's chosen you to draw off
I
you.
had to take my I had to take my jumper and my jacket
Yeah,
off.
he's-
because
Morgan has singled you out, okay? So don't be afraid of this. He knows what's within your energy field, and generally that would happen with me, okay?
Yeah.
But he's chosen you, I can see it,
Yeah,
okay?
I just went boiling hot.
So just, don't worry about it. But I will say you're going to get more of this as it's going on, okay?
Okay. Yeah, no,
He
fine.
can't harm you, okay?
No, it's fine.
He's chosen you as the one to draw, the
Do you want
energy
to go
draw.
in front, Simon?
Right,
Alright, Izzy.
I don't really know where to start. I've just come off camera from doing the walk round. I'm quite freaked out still. I feel like I've got adrenaline going around my body because I was standing operating the camera and I suddenly started going really hot and I wasn't uncomfortable, it wasn't too heavy for me, and it's quite cold up there. In fact, it's very cold up there. I mean, I'm cold now, but I'm still shaking a bit, and I just started feeling really hot. And then just had to put the camera down because I was freaked. I can't explain why. It's just freaked me out and made me feel really awful. And then we heard laughter, and we heard a bang, and I was quite sceptical when I first came here, and I'm open to anything. I'd take anything on, sort of thing. and it's really freaked me out. It's really put the willies at me because I'm quite scared now as to what's going to happen later.
Did you hear it?
Yeah, there's something there.
I thought it was maybe you guys laughing.
No.
Yeah, that's what I thought as well.
It was literally, it just sounded like
Just like,
Yeah.
that. And it came from the back of you guys. Brand new. Yeah.
But I didn't hear any laughing. Did you hear any laughing?
can someone turn around and get that?
Well, I mean, if we didn't hear it, it couldn't have come from this. It might have sounded like it came from here, but we were all here. We didn't hear it.
Do you reckon you could, when we get back, we can listen to it, Tom? Is it clear enough?
I thought I heard something.
Can someone get Tom?
Yeah.
I thought I heard something, but whether it'll be good recording, we'll have to check later.
Okay.
So.
But isn't that generally most of the stuff that you've recorded on sound?
Well, that is why I don't like to commit myself too soundly, you see.
No, that's good. I mean, we didn't hear anything here.
Oh my God, I'm really freaked out about tonight now.
Cool. Let's go.
I am. That's going to be really freaky. I heard that laughing and I heard that whispering. I heard that. Oh, that's horrible.
Did you hear it, John?
Derek? It was like
Yeah.
Seriously?
Oh, no.
Well, what can I say? I've done enough of these episodes and locations and things like that to not get too freaked out when we do the walkarounds, but I have to admit that having done the first walkaround, it was freaky. We had all things happening. Simon, for no reason whatsoever, came over in a hot sweat, had to put his camera down. We heard a male voice laughing. Now, Yvette and myself heard that, and a couple of other members of the crew. There was nobody around. Nobody caused that laughter. Yvette earlier thought she heard some whispering as well, which is a bit freaky. One of the most interesting things that happened was the fact that when we got down onto the second floor landing, Richard Felix heard a banging noise. Now, this came from the same direction and the same room, we think, that Carl and myself heard the bangings earlier.
Yeah, we've just been up here with Carl doing some GVs for this episode, and we've just heard a door slam down those steps down there, and we're just going to investigate to see what it was. Just a little alcove or something, or nothing. Did it sound like that?
It's a little more of a thud. It's a little more definite.
Yeah. It's, wasn't that?
It was me.
Yeah. It's definitely a door, wasn't it?
It did seem like it was at this far.
Right, it wasn't that.
What do you think? There's no draft in here though, is there?
No. No draft in here, but it is cold. But there's no draft as would cause this door to slam, or any of the doors in this room to slam. I mean, what's... wasn't that? Well, that's a bit strange. There's nobody else on this floor, so I think it's important that I go and get a camera and lock it off in that room.
What was the noise you heard?
It's an interesting one, but really looking forward to it tonight now. Get the night vision out of the way and get the vigil sorted out. It'll be fantastic.
Who heard it? Was it... Who heard the noise down here just now?
Simon. I heard it.
What was it?
It's just a bang. Well, I've honestly got to say this is one for the books tonight. It's a big old castle. We've just come off, well, I've just come off first walk round with Yvette, Derek and Phil. And I've experienced one or two things there that I didn't think I'd experience at this location. Simon the cameraman was very sweaty. Simon came over something, what I don't know. But I felt very odd. I had pains in my stomach. I felt very heavy in my head. There was laughter. There was various other sounds as well. What, I don't know. But I honestly know it wasn't any member of the crew. I'm expecting... Well, I'm basically expecting things to go bump in the night tonight. So yeah, it's going to be a good one. I'm looking forward to it.
What keeps on ringing to me in my head is the name Powell. Powell.
I thought I had a footstep behind us.
Is anyone out there?
Is there anybody out there? Who thought they saw something just then?
I saw somebody out there.
Oh no! Oh, I'm getting freaked out now.
Good, good.
Well, I'm glad we got lights, to be honest.
Yeah.
Oh, right. I thought I saw somebody just up through here.
Just up through here.
As if we didn't have enough excitement during the walk around, we decided to conduct a séance.
What do we think? We're going to go and do a séance.
Definitely.
Séance is next.
Definitely.
I'm going to join in that one because it's in the theatre. I really fancy going in there.
Yeah.
Because this is where her
Seeing
place,
if she's around.
You know, she loved that place.
Well, she built the theatre, didn't she? So. Yeah, it was an add-on to the building, wasn't it?
Yeah, she built it. So yeah, good luck for the séance, guys.
That's another séance over and done with. Not brilliant, unfortunately. I genuinely believe that when we played Home Sweet Home, people in the past have said that when it's been played here that she has actually appeared. So I thought we would get some response during the séance. But I don't feel that we really did. But I also feel that she has, or someone has been around probably all the time we've been here.
Just come back from the séance. Not an awful lot happened. A couple of people heard what they thought were footstep noises. We played the famous Home Sweet Home that Adelina was so fond of, and even that didn't manage to coax an appearance out of her. Perhaps she was performing somewhere else tonight.
No. I am so cold. I am so tired. It is 3:45 in the morning. Oh God. We just done a séance and it was a little bit disappointing because we were playing the Home Sweet Home music and the temperature of the room dropped quite dramatically and everybody noticed it. A couple of people heard some footsteps and we all heard a couple of sort of distant bangs. It was interesting, but I suppose we all want a little bit more. And you become irrational when you're tired, and I get really grumpy and not nice. Anyway, I'm talking a load of old crap now, so I'm going to say good night or good morning, and bye.
Hi guys.
Lovable kind of guy.
That's probably going to be the most terrifying 30 minutes of my entire life.